The final bit, I think the fixture list bears looking over from yesterday. It is, well, as I said at the start of the podcast, every team at home, every team away, and there's a few little quirks of the fixture list that a lot of fans aren't particularly happy about. One of them being that we've got Yeovil away for the second season in a row, first game, which for the likes of Rob Lawn, Robbie Stelling, I'm sure they're absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Long, long journey into Somerset. We've also got Forest Green, as you mentioned before we came on air, Adam. They're our final home game for the second season in a row as well. And as pretty much every Pulse fan has mentioned, you've got the likes of York and Carlisle and Morecambe and Gateshead all away, but they're all in midweek, which, Adam, it feels a little bit anticlimactic in a way because a lot of people look to those sorts of fixtures for a good away day on a Saturday. They go out, they have, a laugh, and it feels like work is going to stunt that quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, those are the first three, four, well, the first handful of games that you look for. Do you know what I mean? They're the decent aways, and like you say, they're all Tuesday, Wednesday nights. I mean, I can kind of maybe look at this and say, I understand this, because what would you rather? Would you rather go to them on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, or would you rather go to Truro, Southend, Sutton on a Tuesday, Wednesday night? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, they've put the long distance away games on a Saturday, but then they haven't really took into like consideration our feelings. I mean, we'd all love to go to Carlisle on a Saturday. We'd take a decent number. We'd sell out at York on a Saturday. The fact that it's now on a Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to hinder how many people we take to those away games. So it is a shame, a real shame. But I think as long as we're doing well on the pitch, as long as we are where we need to be in and amongst the top seven, top eight, then I suppose you don't mind, do you? But I do want to just give full credit to Pose yesterday for getting the fixtures out on time. Not. What an absolute disaster. I wasn't going to say anything, but I thought I'm going to. 4 minutes late, only to announce six of the 40 odd games. But yeah, love it.
Again, all opinions expressed by our guests on this podcast for the betterment of legal action, they are the opinions of the guests only. But Ellis, for yourself, I mean, you live in Gateshead, so Gateshead away on a Tuesday night is a canny little game for you, right on your doorstep.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm happy about the. I was going to be there either way, obviously, but I think a lot of Pools fans will be there either way of how close it is. But all the decent away games, every one north of Manchester being on a Tuesday is just like ridiculous. And not even just you get to York, to Carlisle, you've got like your Morecambe, Rochdale, Altrincham. Like it's just going to kill the attendances on all them, especially if we're not doing great.
To be fair to Morecambe, that's if they're still here. I think they're making our problems look like nothing the way that they're going on at the minute. So you got to feel very sorry for the fans there. Yeah, so as you've said, I mean, Altrincham away is Tuesday, the 19th of August. If anyone hasn't got a copy of the full fixture list, because as Adam said, the club didn't put one out yesterday, it took me 20 minutes of furious typing, and even then there were a couple of mistakes in there. One of them was my fault. One of them, I took the fixture off the club website and it was wrong. So I checked them all via the National League website and they are now all correct and pinned to the social. So if anyone hasn't seen the full list, they are on there. Yeah, but Altrincham away, as he says, Tuesday night. Gateshead away, York away, Carlisle away. They're all on midweek. Halifax away, I think, is on a Saturday. That's the only one, I think. So as you say, north of Manchester, that is on a Saturday. Rochdale away is, I think, a midweek game, but because it's just after Christmas, I think it's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah,
I think it's
it's the
one of
game
those
before
games,
everything
like
else.
just after Christmas. So that'll be an all right day if people got. I think it's a Tuesday again, actually. Funnily enough, it might be a Monday, but yeah. So that's a half decent one. But other than that, as you say, they're all very, you know,
Scunthorpe, Good Friday.
Oh yes, that's a
that'll
good
be a
one.
good one to be
That's a
fair.
good one. And Boston
Yeah.
away on the last game of the season should be a good one.
Oh, that's the fancy dress sorted. Pilgrims.
Yeah. The away end's not great at Boston. Like, I'm not sure of the capacity, but I went on a Tuesday night and there was only two or 300, but it felt really, really cramped. So if we're doing well, I'm not quite sure what the allocation will be at Boston.
We'll be fine then.
I reckon it'll be fine. I think to be fair, if the interest is there,
Oh, of
I
course.
mean, if Boston are mid-table and have nothing to play for, and we're wanting to take like say 500, 600, 700 down, I don't see why they wouldn't sort of make room.
Oh,
You know,
of course.
similar to the way that we have done in the past. If you remember the Blythe game, where they gave what is now the northwest corner, they gave that to Blythe just to sell the tickets, didn't they? Funnily enough, in the charity cricket game as well, we were in the bar afterwards waiting for switch of play, and I was sat next to Stephen Turnbull, who scored that free kick.
Oh God.
You better believe he let us know about it. But he's a cracking lad, to be fair. He just, happened to score that free kick. And to be fair to him, I do feel a bit sorry for him because that free kick was superb, but it never gets played because it wasn't the winner. Like, it was a far better goal, technically, than the actual winner, but it never gets played because it wasn't the winner, which is a huge shame in a cup upset. But, yeah, I mean, as you say, play everyone once at home, everyone wants a win. We mentioned as well before we came on air, there's a little period at the end of September into the beginning of October where, in I think the space of 2 weeks, we've got Gateshead away, Tamworth at home, Carlisle away, and York at home. So even if you discount Tamworth from that, you've got Gateshead, Carlisle, and York,
People
three in
are
the space of
absolutely
four
hating.
games, which, it comes at a time where, you've got, like, you should hit the ground running and you're coming into that sort of sequence of fixtures where you should be up to speed and you should be up to match fitness. And it does feel like a bit of a defining period, that, because if we come out of that with a positive total, a positive mindset, then it could potentially give us a launch pad for, I'm not expecting miracles from this season, but it could give you a launch pad for trying to get somewhere close to seventh.
2 points
2 points out of out the four games.
if we're lucky.
Where do you think we're picking up the other points? I'm assuming one of those points is at home to Tamworth. So where do you think we're getting the other one?
Might get one at Gated. They're not going to do that well this year.
Yeah, you know what we're like at Gateshead.
Tides have got to turn eventually.
Well, that is true, actually. Yeah, I suppose. I just think I mean, not polls related, but who do you think is going to win the league this season?
York by miles. I
Who
don't
did
think
you say?
York.
York.
I don't think Carlisle will even get close to them.
Ooh.
I don't think Carlisle will do that as well as people think they're going to. I think they'll still be in and around the playoff mix. I think they'll get in the playoffs. They'll probably, I can see them finish about fourth or fifth. I think they'll finish about 20 points behind York.
I mean, their forward line is obscene. Like Linney, Armstrong. I've still got Armstrong, Wyke, Sedgwood, Scott.
Yeah, but then it's just like if Hughes goes in the same bracket as Grace. I mean, manager wise, and I just think there's a lot. Like they're not built for the National League. They're a bit like I think they're going to be better than they are. But I think you look at York and they've added on top of a squad that's already done well at this level.
Yeah,
I think Rochdale will end up finishing above Carlisle.
I think they'll do well.
Do you know what? I think Rochdale have recruited well. Do you know? I think he'll finish in the playoffs. I think Solihull will finish in the playoffs. I think they've recruited really well so far, Solihull.
I can't agree because Matt Taylor is not a good manager.
It's a fair point, but could you potentially see a scenario where he gets sacked around November, they bring in a proven manager and go on a run?
That is obviously the possibility.
Because they've got this. I think the signings that they made so far, like it looks quite solid. Because Solihull were always a team where they were really horrible to play against, and they'd always been in and around like the edge of the playoffs. I think if they can build that run, potentially they could get. I mean, to be fair, as you say, it could well fall flat because at the end of the day, if the manager's not good enough, there's only so much the team can do. But I think the squad looks quality.
I do think it's the most. I'm sorry.
No, go on. I was going to say, do you know what? Oh, sorry, Ellis, go on. That was a nightmare. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. I think it's the most open league it's been in a while. Like in regard to the playoff situation, I think you've got York, Carlisle, Southend, Rochdale. But then the other three spots, it's like there's no one really there except for them four that's like jumping out at me and they're going like these are definitely going to be in there.
No one's talking about Forest Green, are they?
Do you know what? I was just thinking that, and I thought, will Robbie Savage actually be able to do anything?
I'm not sure.
I mean, he did a decent job at Maxfield with one of the biggest budget in the league.
I was going to say they were always going to rise through the leagues with that budget, though.
But then again, Forest Green have got top three budgets in the league. So it's like, is it like the case of is he just a decent manager when he's got a better squad than the league, but he's not a good manager if he's got to dig in? He couldn't do a job at Pools, but he might do an all right job at Forest Green.
Maybe.
I think he'd be hounded out of the Vic before he even started if there were any rumours about him coming here. Can you imagine what the rumours would have been like?
Yeah, I don't think we take well to a big personality. I think we just want a decent bloke who's just going to knuckle down.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, you mentioned Gateshead. Gateshead, you know, they're looking in a bit of bother. I think they've rescued themselves to a point. I think their transfer embargo's been
Lifted.
rescinded.
I see
So,
something the other day, yeah.
yeah, so they could potentially still recruit there. I mean, Altrincham, they had Regan Linney picked off. I think the winger whose name I definitely can't pronounce, he's gone
Hallelujah.
to a League Two club, I think, hasn't he?
It's Grimsby, yeah.
Yeah, Grimsby. It's that player. I can't pronounce his name,
Hallelujah.
but yeah, it is that one.
They lost Newby
Um,
as well, didn't they?
oh, sorry,
They lost
Newby.
Alex Newby.
Alex Newby. Yeah, has he gone? He's gone to
York.
York. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they
they've
have
lost
lost.
quite a few players. I
They've
think they
lost a
were
lot of
like a
firepower.
solid team in and around the playoffs, but I think that could impact them quite a bit as well. And they signed Billy Sass. I'm sure that's where Billy Sass Davis went, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, the back line might be all right then, but they've lost quite a few attacking players. It'd be interesting to see how the promoted teams go on as well, because you've got the likes of Scunthorpe, Brackley. We've mentioned Truro already. We'll come on in a second. Who was the other one that went up? Borehamwood as well. You see any of those sort of making waves? I mean, we've got the likes of Tamworth over from last season who did very well and, were there. Boston, obviously, their story's documented as well. Is there anyone potentially out of those four? Ellis, who do you think, like, out of those four, who do you think is the most likely to sort of make sort of a top half bid, if you like?
I think definitely Boreham would. Like, I think except for that dodgy season where they got relegated, they've been consistently like the top half National League team under Luke Gerrard. So I think, yeah, I think it'll kind of just go back to business as usual for them, and I think they'll just do what they do: be Boreham would, grind out results, be horrible in front of 20 people.
Yeah, it's not exactly a ground that many fans want to go to. Adam, you've been to Borehamwood, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen us win there.
Well, we won 4-0, didn't we?
That's what I was thinking.
When was
Obviously,
the
I don't know if you
4-0?
were there for that one, but we beat them.
No,
Was that when Nicky Kabamba was there? I think, did
Yeah,
he score
Kabamba
twice?
and Hawk scored a brace.
Yeah. And that
no, I
was
don't
like
think
easily our
it.
best performance on. Was that when they had a plastic pitch? Or have they never had a plastic pitch and I'm mixing them up with someone else?
I think given the fact that their ground share with Arsenal women, I'd be inclined to say they've always had grass, but I could be very much wrong.
Yeah,
I
they
think
won't be
you
able to play on plastic. That being said, Newcastle women's team play on a plastic pitch up at Kingston Park, so it's not out of the realm. But I don't know if Bournemouth do have a plastic pitch actually. But yeah, even so, that's the only time I can remember us beating Bournemouth at Bournemouth. They've always been a horrible team to play against, as you say, Alice. So
Yeah.
quite rightly, they could easily do bits. I think Brackley, to be fair, we saw them last season in the infamous 2 games. Well, to be fair, we say infamous. We got rid of Darren Sal. So, I think some fans might say it was worth it. But
It was worth the trip down there, without doubt.
yeah, I mean, when that penalty went in, it went 1-0, and we just thought, oh, well, might be all right. And then, like, what, 15 minutes later or something, it all gone wrong.
The worst thing was about that where we were stood, we were just surrounded. Like I think we were like there was like us, there was me and like two other lads or three other lads, and then we were just surrounded by Brackley fans because obviously it was open segregation,
Non-segregation, yeah.
non-segregation. So obviously they've scored, and it's like everywhere you look, like
Red Sea, yeah.
Red Sea. So yeah, we owe them one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've mentioned on the podcast before. I don't think you two were on the podcast at the time, but towards the end of last season, we were looking at the North and South title races because there was a lot of very close battles in there, particularly the South, where like you could cover the top 6 teams with like say, I think 3 or 4 points or something. It was that tight. You look at Truro, so congratulations again to John Askey for getting back, and we will welcome him back, I believe, in November, end of November, on the 29th for the home game. And Adam, will you be making the trip away in March? Is it
I'm, tr-
14th of March?
I'm trying not to think about it, mate. I want to. It's just that it's that novelty in it. Like you won't have a
Yes.
longer away game than that ever.
No,
So I
unless
think
St Ives or someone like that get up. I doubt
yeah,
that.
or Land's End.
Yeah, exactly. And off the
Yeah,
coast, if there's a tiny little island we haven't discovered yet, off the coast or something.
as much as I was sat last season hoping that they didn't come up, it's been discussed a tiny bit. So I'd like to think come near the time, a lot near the time that there'll be plans made to head down there, probably for the weekend.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, if I'm not working, 'cause obviously I work a lot of Saturdays. If I'm not working that Saturday, I'd be tempted, like just because I've never been to Cornwall. I've been to Yeovil. That's as far down like into that area as I've been. I've never been
Yeah.
beyond Yeovil into Devon and Cornwall. So Like you say, it's a novelty, isn't it? Like getting that sort of team away. It's a bit like, say, like if a Scottish team in the Highlands joined the thing and joined the pyramid, and you got them, and you thought, oh well, it's a trip into Scotland, and it's something a bit different than just going into Lancashire or London all the time.
Guarantee it's the one game we lose.
Oh, 6-0. 6-0. It's already there, isn't it? John Askey, getting one over on us. It feels inevitable, doesn't it?
Oh, without doubt.
Truro home with their one fan. There'll be like one or two, literally like die-hard Truro fans who'll come up. I feel sorry for Gator because they're obviously even further.
I seen something yesterday, but it's about 900-mile
Yeah,
round
it's
trip.
outrageous. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that I think I have like 10,000 miles or something on my car every year. I think I might actually like do without like nearly 1,000 of those just for one journey if I do go to Truro. Not fancying that one, Ellis?
Definitely not.
I don't blame you, to be fair.
To be fair, I think you can fly down from Newcastle.
You could probably fly to Exeter. But then I
Yeah.
look, it's still 2 hours on the train from Exeter to bloody Truro.
I think you can fly to Newquay or something.
Ah, yes, you
Oh,
can.
yeah.
I don't know where from, like, I don't know.
I don't know if you can do it from Newcastle, but you can definitely fly down from somewhere.
Oh, well, there's an option for Pools fans if anyone's gone. Save you an 8-hour journey or something.
Exactly, because obviously the flights within the UK it'll probably only take you an hour and a bit. So
If that.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, to be fair, that's not the worst shout in the world. Travel expert Ellis, as well as technical scout.
This is it, the
Yeah.
king of the threads.
Doing well for us all. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, let's say looking at the rest of them, say April's an interesting one because, as we've mentioned, we've got Scunthorpe on the Good Friday and Rochdale at home on the Easter Monday, and then you've
Yeah.
got Boreham Wood away, which is just the place you want to go towards the end of the season. Forest Green at home and Boston away final game. So it's a mixed bag come the end of the season. I think it's a better end to the season than we had this season because this season we looked at and thought they're terrible fixtures to have at the end of the season in terms of the difficulty level. You know, it's a little bit kinder, but
Lads,
we'll
it'll
we'll
be
have to see how
fine.
it goes.
We'd be well in the playoffs by then. There'd be nothing to worry about. Grayson's
playoffs,
chicken
man.
balls.
League would have been won by then.
It's a rare moment of optimism there from the two of you.
I know, yeah. It's the hope that
Yeah, well,
kills
to be
you.
fair, we had you saying that we're in the playoffs by then, and we've had you saying we've ran away with the league by then.
No, we'll be
Oh, yeah.
relegated by then.
Oh, that's more like it. Yeah, I didn't think that'd last very long.
What's that ship called?
The chip.
The ship?
Oh, the ship. The sinking ship.
HMS?
Yeah, I think we'll have to censor that one if you read that one out.
No,
I've still got that picture somewhere.
Oh, I've got it on my phone as well.
Just every time we score, we're 6-0 down and we get a consolation,
Yeah.
the boat will come out.
That's the thing that you always keep that just in case you need to make a tweet.
Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, you never know. Imagine if we get to York away on the Tuesday night or the Wednesday night in February, and we go there, win 3-0 and go like 10 points clear or something. The party that'll be that night.
Ooh. It'll hit like
Honestly. Oh, you'd be chuffed to bits, wouldn't you? But anyway, I think that I've held you to ransom long enough. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I say this every week. But hopefully, we'll have something decent to talk about for the coming season. And I'm sure that I'll see you both again at some point, Adam. If you've managed to scar yourself with the opener to Yeovil. You're considering it, aren't you? I can see it in your eyes.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to be there. You know me, boys. I'll be there following the boys in blue.
Yeah. To be fair, I did that on a Tuesday night, and it was a canny little ground, canny little setup, very West Country, as you'd expect. But we won 4-1, can't go wrong. And then fell asleep at a service station in my car at 5 o'clock in the morning and got back at 6.
It was last season. Nice win to kickstart the campaign off.
Oh, and just to point out as well, because we're recording this live. I don't know if you've just seen the notices come through from the club. What have we been discussing?
Just
Right on cue, just before we leave.
Just
The
26
fresh lock
hours late.
screen for all of our fixtures that they've released officially.
Nice one, admin.
Aye, but better late than never, I suppose, even if it is 24 hours late. But thank you very much there, gentlemen. And Ellis, we look forward to reading any more in-depth threads of anyone else that we sign. Hopefully they're actually half decent and you don't have to spend 5 tweets saying, how, it could work out, it could be fine.
I think I'll avoid doing one on any signings I don't rate, as I did with Walker.
Fair point, actually. To be fair, we know now if we don't get a thread from you, it's going to be a disaster.
That's pretty much it.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we can come back in the next sort of few months or so, and things will have turned out well for us all. Thank you very much, gents.
Cheers, Jack. Cheers.
Thank you very much, mate.
Ta.